can take this one, Dr.
Okay.
Gardner. At low power, we look to have what may be an excision specimen.
Yep.
And the action is in the top of the dermis here. We have this sort of vague, slightly purplish, almost mucinous ring around what is probably a healing biopsy site.
Yeah.
And as we go higher in, we can see this sort of punctate material inside presumptive histiocytes, which, given the history, I would think this is good for an aluminum chloride reaction.
Yes, very good. Aluminum chloride, which is used for topical or for hemostasis after a biopsy. It's also known as drysol. You can dab that on after you take the shave biopsy, and it stops the bleeding. Okay, and for some reason, the histiocytes like to eat it up, and when they do, they get this kind of purplish, grayish blue, like you said, punctate, granular material. That's the aluminum chloride that the histiocytes are consuming. So this is one of those things where it's histiocytic, but not usually like a proper, well-formed granuloma, just the histiocytes in the middle of this young biopsy scar. And some people have said that you know, if you're having a bad day, Dr. Rapini likes to say that he's like, well, if you're having a bad day, you could get something confused with something else. That's kind of a way he says things that I always thought was funny. So yeah, if you're having a bad day, you could get this confused with intracytoplasmic parasitization of histiocytes by infectious organisms, like a little bit similar to the pattern you'd see in leishmania or in histoplasmosis. Now, I think, like, once you know that what this is, you would probably not get it confused. But I have seen some cases that, yeah, they did look kind of similar. And the other thing is that this stuff, the aluminum chloride, will stain brightly on PAS stain. I don't think it stains on GMS. I don't know if I've ever actually tried that. But PAS will stain it, actually. The other thing you sometimes see, but not always, is you can see these purple kind of burned, calcified collagen fibers usually at the border of the scar, like right between the biopsy scar and the normal dermis. And I don't know why this doesn't always happen. So sometimes you see really robust aluminum chloride changes with really, you know, burned, calcified collagen fibers, and sometimes you see very minimal. So I don't know if it has to do with how much aluminum chloride is used or some other factor, like the patient's own, you know, immune response to it. I'm not sure what it is, but in any case, sometimes you see a lot and sometimes not very much. So in any case, it's good to know. The other reason it's good to know is so that if you're a beginner, you don't want to get this confused with leash or histo. But once you've been doing dermpath just a little bit of time, you'll see this. We see this daily. So you get really familiar with it. But the other reason it's important is because sometimes it's not clear that a person had a biopsy before. Maybe the biopsy scar is a little older and it's getting well healed. And sometimes people's scar heals really well and you can barely tell where the biopsy was. Sometimes clinically, I've seen times where a patient had a biopsy, they came back for an excision of their skin cancer, and it was really difficult to tell where the biopsy scar was. This is another plug for why we should take clinical photos before we do biopsies, because not only is it helpful if you get something rare or weird, but sometimes being able to identify the exact biopsy site is really helpful if you have a photo. So I've seen that happen where someone came back, there was no photo taken, this was many years ago, and it was a melanoma, and they couldn't find the biopsy site. So the reason I'm bringing this up is that if you have an excision and you see aluminum chloride, that tells you almost certainly a biopsy was done there, right? And someone put aluminum chloride on it. So that's a good thing to do, is to be able to find those little histiocytes. Tells you, yes, you are dealing with the biopsy site. All right. And incidentally, this is the same stuff that's in antiperspirant, aluminum chloride. So in the biopsies from the axilla, sometimes you'll see granular stuff like this trapped in the stratum corneum, and that's antiperspirant that the person had applied to their skin. So, and you can see it also in the lumens of sweat ducts near the surface also, which is part of how, I guess, aluminum chloride works at diminishing perspiration. So, but in this case, this is at a biopsy site and a good example. And then there's also some pseudoepitheliomatous reactive epidermal hyperplasia, which we see at biopsy sites sometimes.